Hello YouTube, and this is Laskeri. I just want to say, I just want to apologize for not uploading anything in quite a while. That's mostly because, well, one, I've been doing a lot of blood magic and Thaumcraft off camera, as well as a lot of other things that are fairly grindy and I don't want to do on camera. So the other reason that I haven't really been recording is I want to vary the content. I don't want to just put up a video where it's just, I've done a bunch of quests off camera and I turn them in, get the reward bags, and then that's pretty much the episode. I want to do more interesting things, specifically building. On the subject of building, as you can tell, I'm not really usually used to building. I usually just set out a bunch of things in the open like I have right here, and I don't want to do that for much longer, so hopefully sometime between this episode and next I can get together a plan for building at the beginnings of a base, and I can share with you these plans in the next episode. But anyways, as you can see, I have blood magic bound armor. It's the very basics. I only have the weak blood shard and one of sigil. Each of the elemental sigils, actually, because the elemental sigils are the most basic ones, because the elemental sigils help protect you from the damage that the elementals that you summon to get the demon blood shards to upgrade the armor even further, which allows you to put 2 sigils in. Basically, right now I'm geared up to fight with the elementals and then upgrade my armor. But other than that, I know I said I was going to breed a bunch of these villagers for emeralds, but since we got them in a reward bag, I'm not too sure if I want to do that. I kind of prefer pecks to villagers, just because pecks, they can be hostile if you accidentally hit them, but villagers are also easily targeted by zombies, so I've replaced all the torches with mage lights, because I have gotten to, as you can see on the UI, I'm level 10 in Ars Magica now. And as far as quests go, I did that last vanilla quest. I had to go into the nether, and I actually used the air sigil that I had made previously to go kill the ghast. And then there was, you needed to detect an enchantment table, which was really easy to do, because I already had made one, and I got one from a reward bag. And next, I did a bunch of the Thaumcraft quests as well. Of course, there's still a bit more left, ones that we'll get to once we're able to, and I've gotten most of the way through blood magic. There's only 2 quests left in that, and as 1 quest remains in Ars Magica, quite a few in Witchery, a couple in here. I did the bound armor quest. I actually got 3 red orbs, skill orbs from that. So I did a bunch of I got a bunch of them through the reward bags. So I actually got all 3 levels of mana regen, spell motion, and augmented casting, as well as a few other spell effects. So as far as Ars Magica goes, we're pretty set on how progression works, and that we still need to grind quite a bit to level up. Of course, making a better spell than just a very basic light spell where you can just right-click and put a light down on the ground would probably help, but we do need to get some sort of more offensive spell. The other thing that we need to do, well, as you can see, I got a trophy from a skeleton, open blocks trophy from a skeleton. If you right click those, they fire an arrow. It's kind of interesting. Yes. Let's see. I made all of the bound tools, so if we need those, oh yes, I did get 1 really good reward bag. I got a secondary luggage. This one in particular was really good. It has basically all of the enchantments, including Eternal, which makes the chameleon tools from Forbidden Magic acts like Thaumic Tinker or Kami tools, and my plan with that is basically use the Bibliocraft book copying system to nab all of the useful enchantments from that reward and then add them to the stuff that we need them. I forgot about that for a while, and I actually put the Power 5 and Infinity 1 book that I had gotten from that on my Bow of Bone, but we can easily regain those, or at least I don't think that I'm going to need to make another bow, because the only other bow-like thing that even interests me is the the crossbow from Witchery. Let's see, what else have I done? Yeah, I've done quite a bit of Thaumcraft and Blood Magic. If we take a look in the Thaumonomicon, I've gotten most of this done. All of this except for a few that you need hidden research for. There is one thing that I can probably actually unlock just by scanning these, but I'll do that later. And I've done quite a bit of the Artifice and the Gallimancy, and basically all of the I don't know how to pronounce it, the Sky Alchemy tree, and quite a bit of the Thaumic Tinkerer as well. Obviously not the Thaumic Tinkerer Kami, but we will do that once we get the rest of this done. And pretty much all of the Forbidden Magic stuff, except for the Chameleon tools. And yeah. So with that said, I'm hoping to get the building plan. Basically, the very basic idea is I want each area of the base to be focused around a different mod. Like, say I have an area for Witchery that has like a forest themed place, and I have like a I guess one of the basic ideas that I wanted for the Blood Magic was like a Japanese style temple. As you can see, the Blood Magic, there's runes and stuff have like Japanese or Chinese characters on them, which is basically the reason that I want to go with that. For the Botania, I kind of wanted to go for like more of an elf type theme, because not in the 1.6 update, but in the 1.7 update, Vazki has added basically a way to trade with the world of the elves, and those functions are basically how you tier up in the Botania. Like, you can make the Mana Steel now, but you can make Terra Steel and then Gaia Steel eventually, which is pretty cool actually. The other, and then Ars Magica and Thaumcraft, I don't have any specific ideas in mind for them, but I will try to give each of them their own unique aesthetic. The other thing that I wanted to do for to get in between the areas of the base was to use the, if we look in the Arcane Compendium, we can go to structures and then the gateway. The gateway is basically a structure that allows you to teleport between various things using the keystone receptacle. So you can basically set the location for it and control it with redstone or by right clicking it, and then the gateway takes Ethereum. This is how you get, the obelisk is how you get the neutral Ethereum, but we probably want to run it on light Ethereum, since light Ethereum is free. Neutral Ethereum does run on the liquid essence, and we do have quite a bit of it, but it's not infinite, so we probably would want to get something that is free, at least in after the initial setup cost. After that, we will hopefully be able to tackle some of the more advanced quests that require a bit of an infrastructure, because right now we have no infrastructure to speak of besides for the Tier 4 Blood Altar, the Ars Magica Spell Crafting Altar, and the very basic Ethereum generating neutral Ethereum, as well as a I don't want to say it's basic Witchery Altar, but it is not one of the, it's not really powered by much besides this tree, my head, and the chalice. There's not really much running it. I guess these things add to it too. Yeah, you can see the green sparkles that flow into the altar every so often are basically its power. And then, yeah, obviously the animals probably need a bigger pen than this, because this is obviously not cutting it, as the sheep have eaten all of the grass. Luckily, I've replaced all of most of the top layer of the sand on the island with grass, so we don't have to worry about that. I'll probably make the for the beginning of the island like a very small village with a few basic structures, and then expand to other parts of the world later on. Now, as far as the rest of the game goes, we do want to finish all of the quests, or at least ideally. This is probably going to give us the most trouble, considering they require quite a bit of resources and whatnot. Yeah, these are basically the quests that we do after we have all the infrastructure and farms set up. So once we got that once we get the building out of the way, we can get started on those, as well as the gear game, because the Thaumcraft runic robes definitely require they're not like the end game equipment. Thaumic Tinker or Kami definitely tops them, but they're still I'd say they're mid-tier as far as Thaumcraft goes. Technically, in vanilla Thaumcraft, they're basically the best armor, because they don't give much armor in the way of armor bars, but they do give you extra shielding, and you can upgrade them even further to have even more shielding than that. And then the other gear game quests, and then we still have the beginning of the end. So currently we have 102 completed quests, and there's 169 quests in total. So we still have a bit remaining, and we will get to them. But for now, I think our biggest priority is actually building a base that is semi-interesting. I'm not really a builder, and I don't think I've ever actually finished a base that I liked. But ideally, with this series, I hope to change it, because I think I have people that want to see me succeed. I also made this. This is basic. I think the finite water change was made because this and other blocks like it basically allow you to refill a bucket of water without going out and doing this. You can just grabbing it from there. You can just right-click it and it fills the bucket for you. Of course, you can't put it back in there quite as easily like you can go like this and just put it in an infinite source already. But oh well. Anyways, yes, as far as food goes, I'm still eating the basic melon juices because, to say the least, that food making is a hassle, especially because auto-crafting there's no form of auto-crafting in this pack as far as I know. And although this does have quite a bit of storage on the side, there's still a lot of actually gathering of the resources required to make some of the more advanced foods. And as you can see, we haven't really expanded the farm much beyond what there was originally. So yeah, I do want to get into Botania some more because it is an interesting mod. I did do I did finish all the Botania quests and off camera, and it's in other oddities. Yeah, this is actually a pretty interesting flower, because if you supply it a lot of mana, it will actually slowly generate ores in the stone around it, so you could put it into a thing that automatically places stone or something, and then feed it a bunch of mana, and then basically that would be an alternative to quarrying. It's not very fast, but it does do its job. I don't think it gets modded ores though, so I think it only gives the vanilla ones. Anyways, yes, we have a bunch of stuff. I think our next project should be to get, besides for the building, we should need to make a library of some sort so that we can get the enchantments going, because I did make a printing press and typesetting table from Bibliocraft. These basically allow you to copy enchants onto books, and at the cost of experience, of course. It's not free. And then you can basically just apply those to books to tools or armor with an anvil, which we have the auto anvil from Open Blocks, and the auto enchantment table. So we're going to need to get an XP farm of some sort rolling. Luckily, the iron spikes from extra utilities drop they drop experience points. Oh, no, they will not drop experience points. So I guess the only option for getting experience points from mobs automatically is Thaumcraft Golems. Or at least, well, Thaumcraft Golems with the visor upgrade. Yeah. It'll grant it a little bit of armor, and any foes attacked by the golem will drop experience points, which is what we are going for. And then we can use a vacuum hopper from open blocks, or just a brain jar from Thaumcraft. Well, if we use the vacuum hopper, we need to put it into a tank. If we use the brain in a jar, which I have not actually gotten yet because there haven't been no brainy zombies spawning, that is incredibly strange. If you're wondering why I'm not taking full damage, by the way, it's because I have the air sigil in the leggings of my bound armor. It doesn't allow you to fly, but it does negate fall damage, which is cool. Yeah, flying in blood magic is somewhat limited, but I actually kind of like that. I think the method of flight that's probably the most fitting, or at least without going into other if we were going to stick with bound armor for the rest of the game, which we might, depending on if we want to bother with the Thaumic Tinker Kami, which the upgraded chest piece of that armor actually gives you unlimited creative flight, but it's incredibly expensive, and I have made it before, and it's a very harrowing process. The whole Thaumic Tinker Kami is basically the end game to end all end games. The resources that you need are incredibly high, as is the essentia costs, as is the instability, basically giving you a chance to screw you over and lose all the items that you put into it, as well as basically cause lots of nasty effects. But if you do manage to get through it, you get incredibly good tools and armor for very there is no upkeep cost to them. They have infinite durability, and the pickaxe can dig a 5x1 or a 1x5x5 cube, or well, not cube, square, depending on where you're looking. So that's incredibly good, as well as the other things, but I don't know if I actually want to bother with them. I might just make the chameleon tools and be settled, because the chameleon tools can have the eternal enchantment, which basically makes them unbreakable, and that's really all you can want from a tool. Like, you can put efficiency and stuff on them too. The bound tools have infinite durability, so it's not really a big deal if we put efficiency on them, but right now we don't really have the ability to get more than one efficiency 5 enchantment easily. That is why we need an XP farm for the bibliocraft stuff. I think the easiest XP farm would probably be a traditional mob grinder, or at least one making use of the Cursed Earth from extra utilities, which would require us to activate the Division Sigil ritual, which is quite difficult unless, well, no, it's quite difficult because it not only strikes lightning, it spawns a bunch of Cursed Earth, which the mobs spawn on Cursed Earth even when they're close to the player, and when the Cursed Earth mobs spawn, they are incredibly fast and powerful. They are just the vanilla Minecraft mobs, but they have potion effects on them. As you can see, I'm not sleeping through the night because, well, one, we have the island entirely lit up, so we don't really need to worry about that, and two, I'm waiting for the Ars Magica Moonstone meteors because to get the Moonstone, to get the stuff for some of the higher tier stuff in Ars Magica, like including the light Ethereum generating, I forget what they're called. Oh, Celestial Prism. Yeah, to get the Celestial Prism, you need to have a Moonstone, and then basically purify an obelisk with the Moonstone and something else, and then, well, end a light spell, which we have, and then you get a crystal formation that generates light Ethereum. The only other option we have for getting Moonstone is doing the Blood Magic Ritual Mark of the Falling Tower, which basically calls down a meteor from outer space, and it is filled with ores. The only one that actually gives moonstone, however, is a nether star. You offer up either a gold block, iron block, or stone, or wait, I'm not too sure on that. But I know the nether star one is the only one that will give us moonstone or sunstone. Sunstone is the highest tier upgrade for the caps, as well as the crafting altar caps, as well as the black aurum, which is the dark Ethereum generator, which takes mob spawners. Well, it uses it drains the life force of mobs to generate Ethereum. Let's see. This is the black aurum. It's basically a black hole that sucks the life force out of things. It's pretty interesting, I think. But yes, now that we have the bound armor, we're not very susceptible to dying, other than if I accidentally right-click one too many times at the blood altar. That would not be fun. And I have done that, by the way, on accident, completely on accident. That did add to the death total, but luckily we have quite a few extra hearts, so we are at maximum, which is currently 20. Oh, that's a rotten heart. I'm going to throw that out so I don't accidentally eat it later. Yeah, if we right click with the real hearts, we say we already have maximum lives. And if we look at quest book, we have 20 lives. No, it's not like Agrarian Skies, but I think Agrarian Skies the lives are unlimited. There's quite a few differences from Agrarian Skies in the configs, like crops are somewhat harder to grow, and food doesn't stack to 60. All food doesn't stack to 64. The better the food is, the lower the stack number it has. Like bread only stacks to 8. Like the melon slices stack to 16, but the bread only stacks to 8. So as you can see, that can be quite a problem when you're making something. I'm pretty sure the highest tier foods would only stack to 1. We do have cheesecake that we need for one of the quests. We need to get cherries to put on that so we can make cherry cheesecake. And then, other than that, I don't think that there's really much else that I wanted to cover. As you can see, we have a bunch more armor now. I got the mage armor from a quest, so I didn't have to actually craft that, which is lucky because getting the amount of leather that you need for that is rather annoying. And I have the battle mage armor, and I did enchant 2 pieces of it, but now that we have bound armor, I'm probably not going to use this much, unless I really need to. Quick check at the time. And we're still good on time, but I don't want to let this run too long, because it is basically just an update video. And again, I apologize for not getting any videos out. It actually feels really good to be able to do stuff and not being, at least like in the game, not doing stuff and sharing what I'm doing. I don't want to say it feels bad, but it feels like I could be doing better. So, yep, as you can see, we took basically no damage from that. It does drain a little bit of life essence from our soul network, but it doesn't drain very much. As you can see, I did put down a bunch of ore nodes while I was crafting things, because I couldn't get ordo very easily. I know that putting them down in other different biomes would probably help with the fact that most of them are aqua and terra. The nether basically mostly gives ignis nodes, so I don't want to put them down there. Later on, we probably will do some of the biome changing magics. Like, I know witchery has the ability to change biomes in a certain area, as does blood magic. But blood magic, I think, is a lot harder. So, yes. Basically, the plan from now and next episode, which hopefully will be soon, is design a base, get the basic layout set up, and detail the plans, as well as get more farming available to us, both plants and animals. And I guess the other thing is getting quests done. But as I said, I don't want to do that every single episode, because although it's kind of the main focus of the mod pack, it's not very interesting to see me just turn in quests, get quest rewards, and do that ad infinitum. So yes, hopefully next time I see you I'll have a significantly better idea of what I want to do as far as building goes, even though I know that I'm not the best builder in the world, but we'll make do with what we have. And so now I will sign off. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you soon.